we're looking at latest news out of the NFL bubble. Obviously, there's been a big week for running backs. Leonard Fournette being let go by the Jags. But the bigger news right now is Washington have released Adrian Peterson a week before the season starts. Now, for me, Chris, what I don't actually like is all these late releases. I don't remember a time, and I could be wrong, but I don't remember a time where teams were letting go of veteran or potential superstar players on their team this late into the season. Granted, maybe preseason might have, changed things around, maybe with injuries and so forth, but this seems really significant. You lose Fournette a week before the season starts. You now have let go of Adrian Peterson from Washington. What? Firstly, I guess, what are your thoughts on that? And secondly, where do you best see Adrian Peterson fitting in the league?
Who knows? Washington just want to stay in the news. It just seems like they just want to stay in the news, man. And we're talking about all these bad football teams for the wrong reasons. The Jaguars get rid of a whole bunch of players. Washington now back in the news, getting rid of AP. Oh, maybe they're making space for Leonard Fournette. Who knows?
Well, Leonard Fournette signed with the Bucs, remember?
Oh, did he? Yes, that's right. I apologize. It's been crazy. So he's over there with Tom Brady. So Leonard's out. He just moved. He just took 95 over to 75 and hit down and went south over to Tampa. So that's good for him. And now AP is going to be tough because AP is one of those older running backs, man. He got a lot of tread on them tires, man. You got a lot of wear on them tires, man. And I don't, to see a good fit, I would almost have to say now, because what I saw with him in Washington, he wasn't obviously a game changer. He didn't change the franchise. He was solid, had a 1,000-yard season a couple years ago, but obviously he's sharing the backfield with a couple of those other guys. And I just think that right now he might just be that veteran to just go in the backfield and probably mentor a young dog. You know what I mean? Probably go to Carolina. Probably try to help out. I don't know, McCaffrey a little bit, something like that, where he probably can help a up and coming superstar running back and be a mentor. I think that's probably his position now. Which team, I'm not too sure, to tell you the truth, because I don't think AP is a transcending game changer right now for any team.
So I do agree he's not. I mean, I know he wants to beat Emmitt Smith's all-time rushing record. I don't think it's going to happen. He's had that year out with the injury. He's also had the year out with the suspension. So, he's done well to come back. And he's the last non-quarterback to win league MVP, which is incredible when you actually think about it in the grand scheme of things. Now, going on to sort of AP and where I see him, realistically speaking, I think he will have to accept sort of a backup job, maybe second or third string running back. I don't think he's going to be a first team running back. But then I look at a team like Seattle, like my team. They've done that in the past of, getting maybe them veteran running backs to sort of help with the tide of things. And Pete Carroll loves the running game. So, don't be surprised if you see him at Seattle. But realistically, he's the kind of guy who needs loads and loads of carries. So I don't think, I'll say this, I don't know where he will best fit with regards to the league, especially when it comes to now. You got the hybrid position, you got the Christian McCaffreys, you got the Saquon Barkley's, Saquon, in terms of as a running back. So for me personally, I would want to see him. Like I said, I think a Seattle would probably work. Somewhere where they might need a bit of a veteran presence as well, maybe a younger team or someone who's got a sort of a young star running back, I should say, and he can come in and basically give a guidance. And maybe the Raiders, for example, might be a good shout. Maybe the Chargers. Maybe I can see the Chargers, but the problem with Adrian Peterson, he's a workhorse. He needs carries to build up momentum. But 800 plus yards last year wasn't that bad of a return for someone who's now getting to their 30, who's 35. I can see a team picking him up just as an option, but I don't think it's going to happen until the second or third week into the season, sort of when you start to see injuries start to occur. And again, going back to it, I'm not liking how teams are letting go of some of these players so late into the start of the season. Season starts next week. I know you've got training camp and whatnot, but are you really well, the Jags, we could talk about the Jags all day long, but do we really feel teams like the Jags are tanking or are really thinking they're going to win this season?
Remember when you were talking about loyalty with Giannis? Where's the loyalty from the franchise?
Loyalty.
You know what I mean? We were talking about loyalty, Giannis staying around, but I'm just saying when these franchises are ready and they done with you, they issue you out the back door right before you about to start your job. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about players moving to make sure they get theirs, I'm 100% with it, especially over here in American sports, because these franchises don't be giving a damn sometimes, man. They just let you go. Appreciate you, bro. You had 800 yards for us. We're going to try to get this young buck some carries now, man. That's just how the game goes, man. There's no like emotional holding on to somebody. Bill Belichick was the king of that. You know, he'll get rid of you when you was just a little bit outside of your prime, you know, and replace you with a third round pick that he's been looking at for the last year and a half in college and make you feel some type of way, but you realize that those guys have jobs to do and they have scouting jobs to do, and that's how you stay relevant in the NFL. The NFL is a middle tier year age. You need guys around that age of 24 to about 27, which is kind of like the NFL prime and strong and ready to go. So that's a part of the foundation too. And Washington, I guess, with their new president is making moves and he's trying to look towards the future. And I'm not gonna lie, a 35-year-old roster spot is very important in the NFL.
No, I do agree. It's going to be interesting because, like I said, I'm not entirely sure what the plan is for some of these teams going into the new season. It still doesn't. I don't know about you, but I get the feeling that we're not really ready for the new season yet for NFL. I think it's still surreal. No preseason games probably didn't help. Fans are not being able to come to the stadium. There's no NFL games in the UK this year. For some reason, I don't feel like next week Thursday is the start of the new season. What do you?
No, 100. Especially we're talking about basketball. The playoffs are heated up right now. I mean, the playoffs are really, really good. We have a whole bunch of buzzer beaters and close games and a lot of competitive games with these guys over in the NBA. And the NFL has also come around. I think the NFL has actually been a bit quiet themselves. There hasn't been a lot of promotion for the upcoming season. There hasn't been a lot of commercials, any of that for the NFL, honestly. So the NFL itself has been quiet. Usually you start seeing your beer commercials and well, get your popcorn ready, or the tailgate commercials and so on in the anticipation for football. None of that, man. There's no hype or anticipation for the season. It's almost like, for me, the NFL is trying to be quiet about getting into the beginning of the season, because I think from what I've heard or what I've seen, I don't know how much of a big plan they have for COVID, you know? So I think they're trying to just roll this out kind of quietly, and obviously it's going to make some noise once the season starts, but we don't know any information about a lot of things. I know in Miami here that partial fans can be in the stadium. They literally sent that email out like a week ago for season ticket holders in terms of like where you want your seats, or you could you can go ahead and wait till the next year. So it just seems like a lot of things are coming in late, even for season ticket holders like myself and others, you know?
I do get that. We're going to see. Look, like I said, it seems still surreal that the season's going to start next week. We're going to see how that's going to look. We're going to see what that's going to look like. It's going to be a great game with Houston versus the Chiefs. You know, fans, make sure you look at that. We're going to be doing some NFL specials on a hurry up going forward next week. A few more episodes to try and really get, anticipation and build anticipation for ourselves, really, I guess, more so than anything else for the game.
Fantasy popping off too.
Yeah, we've got fantasy popping up. We've got NFL draft fantasy as well, so check it out.